Okay, this is lesson 1.2. We're going to be multiplying and dividing whole numbers. And it is absolutely fine for you to have a calculator handy and to do this multiplication on a calculator. In fact, I'm going to. But let me strongly encourage you, make sure that you are proficient with your multiplication facts. This is something you can do in private. Stop by the dollar store, get some flashcards, learn the multiplication facts if by some chance you have struggled with that in the past. Although you can use a calculator to do some multiplication, knowing those facts is going to help you immensely in future lessons. So please make sure that you're proficient with your multiplication facts. Now, on to this. If I'm going to multiply 77 times 79, 9 times 7 is 63, carry the 6. 9 times 7 is 63 again, and then add 6 is 69. Now I scoot over to multiply by the 7. This 7 is in the tens place. Because it's in the tens place, that means that it would end in a 0 if I multiplied by 70. So I just put a 0. Some people just leave a blank there. 7 times 7 is 49. This time I carry a 4. 7 times, and I don't need that, 7 times 7 is 49, and 4 more makes 53. Add, that's 3. 9 and 9 is 18. Carry the 1, that makes 10. Carry the 1, that makes 6. It looks like my answer is 6,083. I'm going to check it with my calculator off screen. I have 77 times 79, and sure enough, I get 6,083. Now the rest of these problems, I am going to just use a calculator off screen. The next one, I'm going to multiply, this is problem number 2, 1,560, so 1560 just got put into my calculator, times 855 equals, wow, I got a large number. I got 1,333,800. Now I'm going to do this again. Let me see if I can capture my calculator. I don't believe that that is working, so I will come back to where I was. I thought I could embed just a little calculator, but I don't think it was working. Clear my calculator, put in 1560 again, times 855, and once again I get 1,333,800. You don't have to put the commas into my math lab. Check it and see if it's okay. All right, next one. All right, here's a few word problems. And it says 1 triple fudge brownie contains 117 calories. How many calories are in 3 triple fudge brownies? Okay, in this one it doesn't say to multiply, but if this is the calories for 1, then the calories in 3 should be 3 times as much. So I'm going to have 117 times 3. So 117 times 3, and I get 351. So it looks like 3 brownies would give me 351 calories. I'm going to try it again, clear my calculator. 117 times 3 equal sign 351. Okay? Next question. A textbook for a course in biology costs $95. Well, in reality, a book for a biology class is going to cost about $250, but we'll go with this little story anyway. $95. There are 24 students in the class. Find the total cost of the biology books for the class. So each one costs $95. There are 24 of them, so it's going to be 95 times 24. I've cleared my calculator. 95 times 24 equals 2,280. I'm going to double check that by clearing. 95 times 24 equals 2,280. That's the total cost. Okay, the next one. A line of print on a computer contains 70 characters. find how many characters there are in 20 lines. Each one of these questions, numbers 3, 4, and 5, all give you a value for one entity, and then they want to know the value for multiple of the same. So this is going to be 70 times 20, 70 for each one of those 20 lines. Now, you can use a shortcut here. You can say 7 times 2 is 14. There's a 0 and there's a 0, so put 2 zeros, so it's 1400. Or we can check it with our calculator. 70 times 20 is 1400. So try shortcuts once in a while and check them with your calculator. All right, last question. It says to divide, and it wants it with an answer, which is called the quotient, and the remainder. All right, whole number part and the remainder of the quotient. Now, I will do something with my calculator in a minute to show you how the calculator can help, but it takes multiple steps to do this with a calculator. All right, I have 3 into 1,368. Now, 3 doesn't go into 1, so there will be nothing sitting above the 1. 3 does go into 13. The 3 goes into 13, it goes 4 times, because 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract. That gives me a 1, and in division, I bring down the next digit. 3 into 16. Well, I know my multiples of 3, and I know 15 is a multiple of 3, and that's 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is my 15. Subtract and bring down. And 3 goes into 18 6 times, and it turns out, let me get just a little bit more room here, that 3 times 6 is exactly 18, so I have a remainder of 0. I have 456, remainder 0. So I'm going to check it with my calculator. I put in 1368 because it looks like this. 1368 divided by 3 on a calculator, and it comes in exactly 456 times. So I will show in another problem in another video sometime how to use a calculator to get the remainder if there is one, because the calculator is going to switch into decimal mode, and that's very different. So review your long division and use your calculator. It will give you this part accurately, but it will not give you the remainder accurately. It will give you a decimal, which is not the same as a remainder. So we will talk about that another time. So in this lesson, you'll do mostly multiplication, but begin to think about division also.